as leaders, we have to know this. We should consider this, no, factors in selecting the sources of short-term financing. So we have here the availability of the amount needed, the cost of that credit, and the repayment terms, and the financing requirements. So let's know the availability of the amount needed. Okay, so creditors that can provide the funding requirement 90 days after the submission of the intent to borrow are less favored than those that can provide the fund within 15 days or less. Why? Because the very reason, ano manghulam ta, why the company look for an outside sources of funds is the shortage of the working capital to support the daily operation of the business. So the immediate availability of the amount needed is one of the factors that we must consider. Okay? Cost of credit when borrowing, costs are really incurred. Muna siya mga interest. These are the amount of interest, the processing fee, the broker's fee, the origination fee, and so on. So I have here an example, no, that if we borrow 1,000 from a money lending company and it has a 10% interest rate for a period of 1 year, so maka-incur na ta 100 pesos as its interest. Okay, so borrowers, usually we avail funds from creditors who impose a smaller interest rate and minimal origination fee. So it has to be noted also, no, that the cost of credit have an adverse effect sa ato ang profitability of our business. So when the cost of credit are high, no, the net income of the business normally drops. So that is why this is a very important factor to consider also, no, when looking for a short-term financing. Let's go to the repayment terms. Is it periodic payment ba? Kaya ba? And then lump sum basis. So when we say periodic payment, this requires the borrower to pay certain amount of that money, no, borrowed money in periodic payment date. So usually it includes the amount of interest plus a partial payment of the principal. And then we have the lump sum basis, that is the borrower is required to pay the principal plus the interest on the last day na of the credit terms. Okay? Financing requirement. The banking institution observe the regulation imposed by the BSP in extending credit. So some of the requirements, collateral, co-maker, other documentary requirements. So katong nakatry na daghan siya tagay taog kanang fill up ano whenever mo borrow ta in a bank.